Okay, well here it is, the latest arrival to the fleet. This is a 1986 Cadillac Cimarron. Yes, I did say that, a Cadillac Cimarron. And I know I'm not totally crazy, but I did buy one of these, in particular because this one has just 9,000 miles on it. And you can see it's overall in really, really nice shape. The paint's going to polish out well. Really cosmetically on the exterior, the only things are those front bumper fillers, which if anybody has a lead on one, let me know. Email me at rareclassiccars@yahoo.com. And it's missing one wheel center on the driver's side front, you can see there. But the rest of the car is in really, really nice shape. For those who don't know, this was Cadillac's J car. Some people call it the Cadillac, the Similier, because it's effectively a Chevrolet Cavalier, but tarted up in a number of ways. By 1986, though, it was pretty improved versus the 1982 model when it was introduced. In that model year, this car came standard with, I think it's an 85 to 90 horsepower, 1.8 liter overhead valve four-cylinder that took about 16 and a half seconds to go 0 to 60. But as you note, by this year, it had an optional 2.8 liter V6 that made 129 horsepower, which actually in this little car that weighs about 2,600 pounds is perfect. It's about 8 second 0 to 60 car, which was fast for the time. These are the original tires still on this car, the Goodyear Eagle GTs. They're 14 inches. They're 205/60 14 tires. And yes, the car did come with these, with the white lettering standard, and I need to replace them. You can also notice it's got the locking fuel door and painted door edge guards. I don't think I've seen that, so my designer friends will like that. They're not stainless steel. And by 1985, the car had this cladding on the lower body side, similar to the 86 Seville and earlier Mercedes that had that later became famous with Pontiac as their so-called guardrail styling and the ribbing that was introduced on the 1985 Grand Am. And the Pontiac ribbing continued on a number of vehicles for basically the division's history until the early 2000s, when it was taken off of the vehicles in an attempt to make them look cleaner. This does have some interesting touches. I've noticed the mirrors here have these strakes. I've never seen that before on any J car. Maybe I just haven't been aware. And on the inside, this car has the credit option cloth seats, which are in great condition. You get the Cadillac floor mats. I haven't cleaned this car up yet. Really nice door panels, even with real stitching here. It's not fake. So they put some money into it. And I love this, the shark fin, the so-called mirror shark fin is flocked. It's got a felt feel to it. So does the A-pillar trim, which the other J cars didn't have. So they tried to jazz it up a little bit. And there's really not much room inside. This is a compact car after all. Somebody's got an aftermarket trash bin there. But these seats are really comfortable. They're very sporty. I've only driven this car around the block. It's got a miss on at least one cylinder. I think it's a stuck injector. The compression on each cylinder is excellent, so it's not a compression issue. And the ignition components are all new, so that leaves a fuel issue, and it's on one cylinder in particular, the number 2 cylinder. So probably a stuck injector. This car only has 9,000 miles on it. Doors still close nicely. Well, as nicely as an 80s era GM car door closes. And by the 1985 model year, this car did get some of its own unique sheet metal. In addition to the ribbed cladding at the bottom, it now had a unique hood and fascia that had this so-called Cadillac rooftop hood. It had the prow to it. And it's got the egg crate grille. It does have fog lights. And this being a V6 low mileage car, also with the analog gauges, you can see they're 9,500 miles. And no, it's not 109,000. You can tell that easily by all of the lettering is still on the stock, and the steering wheel's in great shape. The dash pad is great, just dirty. Center console's in nice shape. Seats are in great shape. The headliner is coming down, but I can get that fixed. All the windows work, all the locks work. There's no lettering missing on the power door lock buttons. I'm sure people remember the sounds on the 80s era GM cars of that. By the way, this is even real stitching here. This isn't vacuum formed. So man, Cadillac was spending some money. I think the strange thing about this car is that I've driven it just around the block. As I said, it has a miss, and it has the original tires, which need to be replaced badly. One of them is certainly bad and causing a vibration in the steering wheel. I can see it's got a knot in it. But it's surprisingly sporty. The steering effort is quite high, and the suspension is pretty stiff. I can understand why some customers really did not care for it, because this is very un-Cadillac-like. This is an early sporty Cadillac. And it's pretty small inside here. I can reach out from the driver's seat and touch the B-pillar very easily. And it does have assist handles on each door except the driver's door. And I love how, like I said, this is flocked trim. Surprised they spent the money on that, including the mirror shark fin. That is hilarious. Does have the gold keys. Cadillac had gold key delivery back during that time period. The air doesn't work, at least right now. The compressor doesn't kick on, but the heat works and the fan and everything works. The engine's quiet, just has a little mist to it. But again, the compression's good, so just have to figure out what's going on there. And you get a handy dandy coin holder here for the toll booths back in the day. Plus an ashtray. You can see there's a little door. I think you push on it. Yep. And it's clean. This is faux stitching on this center console. So if anybody has a lead on one of those wheel centers or the bumper fillers, email me. And this is also a power mirror control. It looks like it's manual, but it's not. And then you hear it? It's pretty hilarious, but it works. Kind of a flimsy control though. And this car has the fog light. There's the on-off switch, and it has Twilight Sentinel as well to automatically turn the headlights on. Tilt wheel, cruise control, delay wipers, air conditioning, symphony sound radio, lighted visor vanity mirrors. I don't know if this has the trunk release or not. Yes, it does. Rear trunk release. So, pretty loaded car. Somebody must have just wanted cloth seats to get the credit option. This will be a fun one to polish up, so stay tuned for more and the full review. But until then, enjoy the early preview. Be sure to check out my friend Tony Lawler's YouTube channel. He ended up picking up this car for me. His YouTube channel is Tony's Car Care, and you can see some of the work that he did on it before I got it. Again, be sure to check it out, Tony's Car Care. I'll put a few links to videos of this car on his channel below. And be sure to comment on this vehicle and any Cimarron thoughts or stories that you may have. Thanks again for watching.